Sha'Carri Richardson. The world knows her name. But right now, the scoreboard doesn't lie. Shericka Jackson, the second fastest 200 meters any woman has ever run, on May 16th in Shanghai. These two share a start line in the 200 meters for the first time in 3 years. Unfinished business, Sha'Carri Richardson is 26 years old. In 2023, she ran 10.65 seconds to win the World Championship in the 100 meters in Budapest. That time was a championship record. It announced her, loudly, as the best sprinter in the world. In 2024, she won silver in the 100 meters at the Paris Olympics and gold, with the United States in the 4x100 relay. She was still among the most recognizable sprinters on the planet. Then 2025 happened. Richardson finished 5th at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo in the 100 meters. On the Diamond League circuit, she struggled to find her rhythm. At the Golden Grand Prix in Tokyo, she was 4th. At the Silesia Diamond League, she was 6th. She failed to even make the final of the USATF Outdoor Championships in the 200 meters, eliminated in the semis. Her only Diamond League podium of the season was a second-place finish at the final in Brussels, behind Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. That is a hard year for any world champion to sit with. She did win relay gold at the Tokyo World Championships as part of Team USA. But while her teammates were collecting individual medals, Richardson was watching others climb podiums she once owned. 2026 started with something different. Richardson traveled to Australia for the Stawell Gift, a race over 120 meters on grass, where sprinters start from scratch while rivals receive head starts of up to 10 meters. She covered the distance in 13.07 seconds and caught everyone, becoming only the third woman in the history of that race to win from scratch. She said afterward that chasing from behind made her activate and work on her race pattern. That is not a major track meet, but it is a data point. The legs are moving, the confidence is building, and she is not staying quiet about her expectations for this season. Honestly, for myself, I'm super excited, she said. I have a feeling that it's going to be something legendary. Bold words. Shanghai is where the evidence starts. Here is what makes the May 16th race so significant. In the 200 meters, Shericka Jackson is not just a rival. She is the measuring stick by which every woman in this event is judged. Her personal best is 21.41 seconds, set at the 2023 World Championships in Budapest. That is the second fastest 200 meters any woman has ever run in human history. Only Florence Griffith Joyner's 21.34 from the 1988 Seoul Olympics sits higher. Jackson won the world title in 2022 and retained it in 2023. 2024 was taken from her. A persistent leg injury kept Jackson out of the Paris Olympics. She withdrew just before her races began, and the biggest stage of the year came and went without her. Her 2025 return was not slow. She reached the podium in nearly every final she entered that season, including a 200-meter bronze at the Tokyo World Championships, where she finished behind gold medalist Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and silver medalist Amy Hunt of Great Britain. She won the Silesia Diamond League and continued to show her resilience at the highest level. 2026 has started even sharper. Jackson has raced twice and won both times. She arrives in Shanghai on the back of a perfect early season, carrying the world number 6 ranking and a personal best that only one woman in history has ever bettered. She has called the 200 meters her baby. On the available evidence, no one is going to argue with her. Since 2021, Sha'Carri Richardson and Shericka Jackson have raced each other 13 times in the 100 meters. Jackson leads that series 7 wins to 6 overall and 5 wins to 4 in finals. Richardson's last win in that series came at the 2023 World Championship, where she ran her championship record and Jackson crossed second. The 100-meter rivalry is close. The 200-meter rivalry is not. Their only meeting in the 200 meters came at that same 2023 championship in Budapest. Jackson won in 21.41. Gabrielle Thomas of the USA ran 21.81 for silver. Richardson crossed third in 21.92, half a second behind the winner. Jackson did not just win. She was untouchable. They did not race each other in the 200 meters in 2024. Jackson missed the Paris Olympics due to injury. Richardson's 2024 season included a Diamond League win, but no direct 200-meter clash with Jackson. In 2025, Richardson could not make the USATF 200 final, and the two women never crossed paths at the event distance. So the record stands exactly where it was left in Budapest in 2023. Jackson leads their 200-meter head-to-head 1-0. Richardson's personal best in the event is 21.92. Jackson's is 21.41. That gap is real, and Shanghai is the first chance either has had to move the story. The narrative centers on Richardson and Jackson, but this is not a two-woman race. Amy Hunt of Great Britain is the 2025 World 200-meter silver medalist. She finished behind Jefferson Wooden in Tokyo, ahead of Jackson, who took bronze. Hunt is running at the peak of her career and is a legitimate threat to win this race outright. Anavia Battle reached the World Championship final in Tokyo in 2025, placing fourth. She enters Shanghai ranked among the best in the world and is a seasoned competitor on the Diamond League circuit. McKenzie Long of the United States has a personal best of 21.83 seconds. She made both the Paris Olympic final and the Tokyo World Championship final at this distance. She was the fastest American in the USATF 200-meter heats that ended Richardson's season in the semis last year. She will not be intimidated by anyone in this field. Shaunae Miller-Uibo holds a 200-meter personal best of 21.74 from 2019. She is a two-time Olympic 400-meter champion. That 400-meter base gives her a finishing speed down the straight that few sprinters can handle. She does not need to lead at the curve to win this race. Jenna Prandini of the United States rounds out the field with a personal best of 21.89. This field includes 5 of the top 10 ranked women in the world. Between them, they have collected 31 Diamond League wins. This is not a warm-up meet dressed up in big names. This is one of the deepest 200-meter fields assembled outside of a world championship. 2026 is not an Olympic year. There is no standard World Athletics Championships on the calendar. The marquee target for most athletes this season is the World Athletics Ultimate Championships in Budapest in September. That means Diamond League performances in May carry more weight than usual. Early wins define rankings. They define seedings. They define the conversations that follow athletes all season long. For Richardson, the stakes are simple. Prove she belongs in the 200-meter conversation.